Lesson 2.1, Transformations of Quadratic Functions. How do you describe and write transformations of quadratic functions? In this video, we only have two word problems, real-world application problems to solve, and then we'll be done. So we have the height h of a water spraying from a fire hose can be modeled using this quadratic function. Why do I know it's quadratic? The highest exponent is a 2, which meant he's quadratic. The x, these x's right here, represent the horizontal distance in feet from the fire truck. So that tells us how far away it is from the fire truck on the x-axis, when h told us how high it was using the y-axis. So the crew raises the ladder so that the water hits the ground 10 feet further from the fire truck. Write a function that models the new path. So this is our current path. We want it to hit 10 feet further. If I want to hit 10 feet further, well, first, we need to figure out how far is this one actually hitting to begin with. So here is our XY axis. I can see using my Algebra 1 skills, this is the y-intercept. So I know it's an intercept right here at 25 because C was 25. I'm going to type this into Desmos to see the rest of it so I know where to graph it. So using Desmos, I saw that it crossed the y-axis right here at the coordinate point 50, 0. So the fire truck is up here, it squirts water, and the water comes down and it hits it right here, 50 feet away from the truck. Here is our little fire truck. I want to hit 10 feet further away from the truck. So I don't want to hit here, I want to hit right here, which is 10 feet further. This is the coordinate point 60, 0. The only way to hit 10 feet further is if I rose the ladder up. They said to raise the ladder. So I want to raise the ladder, come up with a new quadratic function that would allow me to hit at 60 instead. So I want to know, what is h at 60? Now, how did I know that? H right here is the height that it goes. X is how far away it is. I know my x. I know my x. I want to know my h, which means I want to solve the problem. So h of x is negative 0. I'm going to write the problem that they gave me. I knew x because they told me 10 feet further. So my x is a 60. I'm going to plug the 60 in for all of these x's. And if I solve this problem, I end up finding h of 60 to be a negative 23. Well, what does this mean? That meant that I am 23 feet too short. This 25 right here is 23 feet too short. Means my current truck, my current ladder is currently 23 feet too short, which means if I wanted to hit where I wanted it to go, I need to move up 23 feet. Well, how do you do a up move? We know an up move is supposed to be an outside move, and on the outside, I needed to add 23. So if this was my original, this is where my truck is currently sitting. I say that's not good enough. I needed to go 10 feet further out, which means I need to hit the 60. In order to go to the 60, I had to move up 23 feet. So that means I need to now add on the outside, I needed to add 23. So this right here is my new function equation. And I need it now to be right here at 48. The ladder needed to go up 48 feet. So it hit my 60 feet across. Well, what if the water hits the ground 10 feet closer and we were lowering the ladder? So the first problem asks you to go 10 feet further. So here we used Desmos. My ladder was 25 feet in the air. And when the ladder was 25 feet in the air, it landed 50 feet away from my truck. But it says I want to hit 10 feet closer to my truck, which means I need to hit right here, which is at 40. If I'm getting closer, that meant my ladder needed to be lowered. So I'm trying to figure out how far do I need to lower my truck to make sure I hit the fire, which is at 40. 40 is the X. I know my X. So since I know my X, I need to find what is H at 40. This will tell me how far up and down I need to move my ladder. So if this was H of X, the original they gave us, because we're going off of where our ladder already is at the very beginning, I need to figure out, I wanted to hit the fire at 40. So if I plugged 40 into these X's, if I type all of this into my calculator, I get 17. What does this mean? This means that my ladder is 17 feet too high, which means that I needed to lower. We already knew that. This means I need to move my ladder down by 17 feet. Well, what is a down move? You know that a down move is an outside subtract 17 move. So here is where my ladder currently is sitting. I needed on the outside, I needed to subtract 17. So I need my new ladder to be at this equation. 25 minus 17 gives me an 8. This is where I need my new ladder equation to be. Down here, I need to be at 8 so that it could hit the 40 mark. This is my new equation.